Hi and welcome to Janey's Natural Tips, and today we're talking electro-smog. It's a different kind of pollution, but nevertheless it's very real, the problem with electromagnetic frequencies. Now of course this is a huge topic and not something that you can really convince anybody either way in 1 or 2 minutes, but my take on it all is that I believe we're all involved in some massive experiment. We're all guinea pigs in this experiment. The problem is no one is actually running it. No one's monitoring it, and no one's actually going to be collating the results either. So I do feel that even though I recommend some solutions and some aids to protecting yourself a little bit, it is all rather a sticking plaster on the ocean. However, it is worth just being aware of a few things that you can do to just protect yourself and minimise the effects of electromagnetic frequencies in our lives. It won't have escaped your notice that there have been lots of studies recently, even in mainstream newspapers and magazines, showing that people who use mobile phones, certainly long-term usage of mobile phones, there is a link to a greater incidence of brain tumours. We know that they're not recommended for children, and I would urge anyone who has children to not bow to pester power for them to need a mobile phone. So I would urge you to reduce your use of a mobile phone. Of course we're all going to need it, but keep the calls to a minimum, and then use a protective quartz crystal device on the back of your mobile phone. There are several on the market. One that I recommend is by Phone Shield. This one is fantastic value, 10 or 11 pounds. You just peel off the sticky bit and pop that on the back of your phone. You can get that from janiesnaturalstore.com. They also make a Wi-Fi shield for your computer or for your laptop. Speaking of Wi-Fi, by the way, I do believe that we're very strong as individuals. We can take an awful lot of stuff and rubbish, but what we can't survive without is restorative sleep, which is why I get so incensed when there are mobile phone masts positioned on the top of hospital roofs. I'm sure you will have seen that. But for many of us, it's as simple as if you've got Wi-Fi, and obviously I would say don't have Wi-Fi, hardwire your house, but if you do have Wi-Fi, turn it off at night. Such a simple thing to do, just to allow yourself to have restorative sleep. And if your neighbours have got Wi-Fi and it's zapping you through the walls, then explain to them that you'd really appreciate if they would turn theirs off as well. Now of course it's not just mobile phones that are a problem. Cordless phones can be even worse. With mobile phones, it's only when they're actually dialing or receiving that they're on, as it were, but with cordless telephones, they're seeking out their little receiver friends 24/7. So really be very aware of cordless telephones. If possible, get rid of them, hardwire up. It's very old style to have wires everywhere, but you know what? Works just fine. If that's not an option for you, then put a protective device on the base station of your cordless phone, and consider one of the orchid decked phones, which are meant to be far less invasive. Now, a great way to actually test your appliances and to see how much electromagnetic smog you've really got coming at you in your home is to get one of these little testing devices. There are a couple of different styles, and these just test as to when there's something going on in the air. Thankfully, there's nothing much going on where I'm sitting right now, but if I now dial out, if I just dial the speaking clock on my mobile phone, let's see what happens when I do that. Whoa, that's pretty scary, huh? Disconnected. You can hold this against mobile phones, cordless phones. You can hold it against the wall to see if the Wi-Fi is coming through. You can hold it against lamps, because many halogen lamps have got transformers, which are also not tremendously good for us. So I'd really urge you to hire one of these detection devices, or even better, they are affordable now to buy, and then you've got it on hand for any new appliances. You can just club together with friends or neighbours and buy one and just swap around. We used it extensively when we were moving house to check out the neighbourhood and the proximity of mobile phone masts, transmitters and various things in the house. So there's lots you can do. There's lots more information at janeyleegrace.com. and as I've already mentioned, you can buy protective devices at janeysnaturalstore.com. I also want to mention bioenergyproducts.com, which is an extremely informative website which has lots of products and products for earthing as well, and also bioprotective systems where you can buy protective devices too.